It is time. SummerSlam is 3 nights away, and all the pieces are in place. They're all in place, and I cannot wait to go into it with all of you. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Falls Count Anywhere on the Rhode Island Broadcasting Network. Erik Dunn here from Bridgewater, Massachusetts. Hope everybody is doing very well, and I hope everyone is having a good end to July. As you know, I probably am doing the best to be doing okay, even though I have been kind of under the weather physically over the last couple of weeks, especially the last week. Um, but it is a pleasure to be here with all of you. And yes, for WWE, SummerSlam is here, guys. We are almost here, and we are going to absolutely kick some ass for all of you with this program. The wait is over, and it is showtime to get this underway. But before I go any further, let me just give you guys a little bit of some information about where you can find us. Every Wednesday night at 5 on the following: YouTube, Kick, and Rumble at Rhode Island Broadcasting, as well as Twitch at RI underscore broadcasting as well. And then it will be podcasted up the following morning on Red Circle, Spotify, TuneIn, and iHeart podcasts. We got iHeart! Yay! That's where you can listen to me. And then also follow us on U42, Odyssey, Space Hay, Blue Sky, MeWe, TikTok, Parler, and Patreon at RI Broadcasting. For those that want to be a financial sponsor to FCA going on Daily Sports Unfolded, you can also support us at Rhode where you can try to stay in touch with all of us, and so you can join the family. This broadcast of False Believers, the exclusive property of Veritone Productions, Romigo, and Rhode Island Broadcasting for the use of our audience. Any publication, reuse, or redistribution by anyone is not prohibited and is given the express consent to be shared everywhere. It is greatly appreciated. Appreciated. There we go. Just. Hey, Ron, you still listen to messages? I haven't seen a message yet, so sorry. So, with all that being said here, I've got some information for you guys that I'm going to give to you right now. Um, However, a lot of you have heard the very heartbreaking news about the death of the immortal Hulk Hogan, arguably the man that created sports entertainment, arguably the man that made sure we had a wrestling industry still today, even though sadly, he was surrounded by a lot of controversy and a lot of drama. I found a little tribute to give you guys to read. And this is to credit of WWE.com. And here it is. WWE is saddened to learn that Terry Bollea, recognized globally as legendary Hall of Famer, the immortal Hulk Hogan, passed away last Thursday, the 24th, at age 71. One of pop culture's most recognizable figures, Hogan created WWE with Vince McMahon to achieve global recognition with the Hulkamania craze of the 1980s, reignited sports entertainment's popularity in the 90s through his leadership of the New World Order in WCW. When he was a hero or villain, clad in the red, yellow, or black and white, the Hulkster was always one of the ring's most popular and enduring stars. He abandoned a music career in Florida, in 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 Tampa, when he was discovered by the Briscoes, the Hall of Famers. In 1977, he began training with Hiro Matsuda, who intentionally broke Hogan's lower leg just to see if he was passionate enough to return to training in the ring, or he would instead playing bass guitar. A year later, on August 10th, 1977, Hogan had his first match against B. Brian Blair in Fort Myers, returned to wrestling from Florida. He would then go on to meet um, some um, other wrestlers, such as the names of Lou Ferragino, who was named Terry the Hulk Boulder because he was so much larger than him. He had first appeared in WWE and was named Hulk Hogan as a villain with Ted DiBiase, and then challenged to wrestle with Bob Backlund and Andre the Giant 8 years before WrestleMania 3 back in 1980. But then for nearly a decade, WWE and Hulkamania's footprints grew together even further, expanded nationally, syndicated television, then pay-per-view with Hogan headlining an litany of classics, including teaming with television's biggest stars, Mr. T, and then defeating Andre the Giant in front of more than 93,000 fans at WrestleMania 3. Um, it was an unprecedented success for Hogan. 5 WWE titles, main event WrestleMania 8 times, millions of t-shirts sold, toys, and anything else you could imagine, bearing the red and yellow before leaving in August of '93. He planned on putting on his full-time sports entertainment days behind him and started a career as a television star, syndicated Thunder in Paradise. However, Nature Boy Ric Flair and new executive producer at WCW Eric Bischoff, using Turner's Broadcasting's budget, Bischoff signed Hogan to a seven-figure part-time contract. In his debut match, Hogan with Mr. T and Shaquille O'Neal ringside to defeat Flair to win the World Heavyweight Championship in WCW on the Bash at the Beach pay-per-view in Orlando. After 2 years of dominating his competition, Hogan did the unthinkable when he betrayed the fans and WCW heroes Sting, Lex Luger, and Randy Savage by joining the Outsiders, Scott Hall, and Kevin Nash to form the NWO. Um, while during his 6 years in WCW, he won the World Heavyweight Championship for them 6 times, making him a 12-time champion. Almost 1 year after the demise of WCW, Hogan, Hall, and Nash returned to WWE as their rival NWO in February of '02. His third stay in WWE lasted less than 2 years. Hogan was once again embraced by the WWE Universe during his match against The Rock in WrestleMania 18 in Toronto, and won his sixth WWE Championship on Triple H at Backlash 2002. In '05, he was inducted into the Hall of Fame by his Rocky III co-star friend Sylvester Stallone and appeared at WrestleMania 21 the following night. 2014, he hosted WrestleMania 30, and it began with the historic moment of The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin, arguably the three most famous sports entertainers of all time. 75,000 fans from all 50 states and 37 countries at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans, with millions more watching the first ever WrestleMania to live air live on the WWE Network. There are very few names more synonymous with sports entertainment than Hulk Hogan, as a larger-than-life icon was a central figure in WWE's rise from a regional attraction to the worldwide entertainment leader. He set the standard for what a WWE superstar could ever possibly be. So I feel like that sums up pretty well, right? And it is a very, very sad thing for WWE. Um, and the hardest thing that I've seen with WWE that I've seen is like, them losing these legends and losing these very popular superstars of the industry, you know, for all the controversy, for all the doubts he had, um, he was, in my eyes, Hogan is the epitome of what sports entertainment was, to help create what the industry is today. And I believe Triple H said during the tribute on SmackDown on Friday night that if it was not for Hulk, a lot of them would not be standing up there. That's a pretty hard statement to call BS on, because I totally agree with that statement, and I actually do uh, believe it has merit. Um, the biggest thing I've been proud of with with being a fan of this company and of the industry, but mostly with WWE, It's just seeing how far the company has gone, even with people like Hulk Hogan leaving after a long time away. But the coolest thing I've gotten to say I'm most proud of as a fan of this company is the emotion to go through the industry, just go through it all one by one, and go from there. But I think at SummerSlam they're going to be doing a very special um, thing for him. I think SummerSlam is going to be very special because they're probably going to do a tribute for him. However, speaking of SummerSlam, here is the card that we have right now. You guys are definitely going to love this card right here. So, SummerSlam this Saturday and Sunday night from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, and the card is all in my hands right here. So let's dive into SummerSlam. And just to have a little cheat sheet here, this is the card I have right. So going in order, night one, the first match is Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. So these guys are going to be going at it for I think what the third time in the last 2 months. Sami won the first, Kross won the second. For some reason, I think Sami could actually try to win the third. Um, but someone's also trying to make a statement that like he's going to try to turn heel. I don't think that's going to happen. So I'm definitely picking Sami in this situation and Ronis as well. Okay, so that's Sami. Match number two, Roman and Jay versus Breaker and Reed. There's no way I'm going to bet against Roman and Jay in this situation because Heyman's not going to do anything. There's still no word on when Seth's going to return. I don't think he'll do anything. I'll get to that towards the very end of this preview here on night one. Because if Seth does come back, he's not going to interfere in that match. He'll probably interfere in what will be the main event. But Roman and Jay, this will be the first time that they will have worked together since War Games, and I'm not really too bothered by the fact that it could be a flop. I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a very good match. Um, I see no reason why it wouldn't be a great match at all either. Um, so, you know, the biggest thing I look at with Roman and Jay is Roman came back to fend off Jam and Punk and help them out. So Ron and I both agreed as Roman and Jay. All right, so Ron's also saying Roman and Jay. Perfect. This one's kind of stupid, but maybe we'll get a shocker out of this one. Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. Should I say that again? Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. Does that not sound interesting to you at all? Like, eh, I don't know. But to be honest with you, Ron is picking McIntyre and Paul. I'm going Randy and Jelly just for the hell of it because like I don't even know what the point of this match even is, but Randy and Jelly, I'm just gonna pick them and we'll see where that goes. I'll be shocked if they win, but I'm picking Randy and Jelly. And then for the women's tag team titles, Raquel and Roxanne Perez will defend against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. They will finally get their rematch. Ron and I at one point, I think at one point in that fatal four way from about a month ago, I think no during July, I think that we were surprised that Charlotte and Alexa did not win. I don't know how Ron's going to feel about that, but I wonder if Ron may pick Charlotte and Alexa in this situation. These two have been very interesting on camera, especially on SmackDown. They've been a very interesting team, and I thought so. Ron's picking Flair and Bliss. Good. So Ron and I are on the same side as well. This one could go either way for me. For the WWE Women's Championship, Tiffany Stratton against Jade Cargill, the Queen of the Ring. Cargill has been a force to be reckoned with. Like she has been a scary individual, scary good with this company. Ever since arriving on the scene in WWE, Cargill has been tremendous. But I wonder if now is her time to be champion and carry that burden on her back. And I really do think that maybe this is the time. So I am going to go Cargill as well. I'm picking Shade. This one for me, no freaking brainer whatsoever. For the World Heavyweight Championship, CM Punk is getting his shot against Gunther. No question in my mind, I'm going CM Punk. No question in my mind. It's his turn. It's his time. He deserves this more than anybody else. However, I also know for a fact as well if Seth does end up returning on Saturday, what has been his ultimate obsession since Punk returned to WWE? Making sure he is never world champion. How much you want to bet if he returns on Saturday, he'll cash in on Punk? How much you want to bet? To be honest with you, I don't want that to happen. I really don't. Because that would just take away from what an amazing journey Punk has been on to get back to him becoming a world heavyweight champion again. So that is the 6 matches for night one. Ron and I are on the same page for 5 out of the 6, except for him going McIntyre and Paul. I'm going Randy and Jelly. And you want to know what a common theme is for night two on Sunday? They're all title matches. Every single one of them. Match number one, Dominic Mysterio defends the Intercontinental title against AJ Styles. So AJ's finally going to get his shot. Dominic's been cleared by his doctors. Why do I feel like Judgment Day is going to interfere in this one? I just got a gut feeling on this. I'm uh, I'm honestly confused on like what to do in this situation because I really don't know how this is going to go. Because Dom will hit 100 days as champion, but I think a lot of people in WWE want AJ to have one last title run. I don't know. Ron, what do you think? Because to me, it's a toss-up right now. I mean, Dom or AJ, and AJ will have to also go through Judgment Day because they're going to interfere on his behalf. Unless for some reason Adam Pearce can make this no DQ or put a stipulation there, which is if Dom is counted out or disqualified, he will lose the title. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I will say, however, I really enjoyed their banter on camera during Raw these last few weeks. AJ's little tricks and stunts he pulls are funny as hell, and they're tremendous. Being disguised as a janitor, being disguised as a delivery man, hiding in the corner, hiding behind the crates. I just find that funny. I honestly just find that hysterically funny. But I honestly don't know though. I honestly don't know if AJ is going to win clean. That's my only concern is who's going to help AJ from the back if Judgment Day interferes because Dom has never won it clean. That's the problem. Dom has never won it clean or has retained it clean without Judgment Day interfering to help him. I'm probably going to get this wrong, but I'm probably going to pick AJ because I really think that AJ deserves one last shot at this, and I think he's actually going to get it. And just when I said it, Ron picks AJ too. Okay then. Now for the women's Intercontinental title, Becky Lynch will defend against Lara Valkyria. These guys are going round and round all over again. If what is it? If I believe if Lara loses on Sunday, she can never challenge for that title again as long as Becky is champion. My only concern is Becky's run going to be shortened? I don't know. However, the thing about Lyra is that she has come a long way to be in contention for that title. But I actually think that something's going to happen with Becky doesn't make her cheat for her to take that back, or Bayley's going to turn heel and Becky's going to retain because of that. So I'm going to be with Ron on this one. I'm also going to pick Becky in this situation. Next one for me, no brainer. Steel cage match. Solo versus Jacob Fatu for the United States title. I'm going Jacob because no one from the bloodline will be able to interfere in this match. No one from the bloodline can get into the cage. Jacob, beyond a shadow of doubt, he deserves to get that title back. This was a toss-up. Naomi versus Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley in a triple threat for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. This is a toss-up on this one because I really don't know. I actually don't know about this one. And the reason why I say that is because um, the reason why I'm confused about it is that's because I'm looking at the match preview and it's hard to know who has the most momentum right now. I feel like that for Naomi, she's got a lot on her side. Io and Rhea, they're kind of in the background. I honestly just don't know. That's my concern is I actually don't know about this situation. My only concern is with Io, Rhea, and Naomi. Is Naomi going to retain? I don't know if Naomi is going to retain her title. The only thing I say is because this will be her first title defense. I'm probably going to get this wrong, but actually, no, I'm not. I think that will be way too short for Naomi. So you know what? I think I'm going to have to pick her. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick Naomi because I think that title one would be way too short. That's barely like what? That's what like barely a month. Yeah. So we're on the same page with Naomi. Now, the main event, the the GOAT John Cena and the quarterback Cody the American Nightmare Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship. There's no question in my mind. I know exactly what's going to happen right now. Cody's going to win, and he's going to turn heel. There will be a double turn. John will turn face be- because Cody will take the title. Okay, Cody's going to take the title, and all of the signs have been pointing to a heel turn. Because do you guys remember that Rolex watch that The Rock gifted him at the beginning of the year, back in January? He was wearing it for the last several weeks. How's that not a sign? Or is Seth going to do something if he comes back to interfere in that? There has to be something along the lines behind this here. But as much as I don't want John to lose that title, though, I, I honestly see the double turn coming here. And John's near the end anyway. So, yeah, Ron and I are both in Victoria in this situation. So that is everything we've got, guys. That is the entire card. That is the entire two-night SummerSlam. Next week's broadcast, it's mostly just going to be going over that entire night. Any of my thoughts from after that amazing opportunity, which is SummerSlam, and we'll have to go from there. However, um, you guys, um, how'd you guys feel about WWE Unreal on Netflix? I haven't watched it, but it sounds to me like from like some of the things I'm seeing on like X and Twitter that there's been a lot of questionable decisions going on inside that creative room. I think it's ridiculous that Rock is sitting right heels. Well, Rock has always been a well, to be honest with you, Rock's been a heels for over a year and a half now. Rock was a heel over a year ago. Turning Cody is just as bad. The thing is, I would have turned Cody heel to begin with anyway. I wouldn't. I never wanted Shawn to be a heel. That's the problem because it tarnishes his reputation unless they make the double turn. So, guys, for next week's broadcast, we will dissect it, we will go over it, and we will lock it all in. On behalf of the man behind the scenes, the creative RIB where we go, Erik Dunn here saying so long and thank you from my home in Bridgewater, Massachusetts. This has been a presentation of Falls Count Anywhere on the Rhode Island Broadcasting Network. I'll see you guys in August. I'll be 26 years old because my birthday is on Saturday. So pretty cool. I get to spend my birthday evening on a mini vacation for the weekend up in New Hampshire to watch SummerSlam. Hope you guys enjoy it. And I'll talk to you with everything I've got then. Thank you so much for watching and listening.